Guys, today we got so many important things to talk about. We're going to talk about Bitcoin on the shorter and immediate short term. We're going to talk about the Ethereum price. We're going to talk about Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. We're talking about some specific altcoins like Cardano, XRP, and BNB, also traditional markets, and a big chart I need to show you. And this is telling us something crazy about Bitcoin. So stick around for this, guys. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. Guys, with that said, let's begin by talking about Bitcoin here on the 4-hourly time frame. And what we can see here on the 4-hourly time frame is that we are still below the orange box here. We've been trying to break above it. We have been trying a couple of times, had a fake out here straight down, found some support here actually, but then big red candle, and this wick is trying to, get into this orange box here. But so far we're still below the orange box here. But what you can also see is a very clear and distinct, like this. You can see that we have a bit of a formation here. So we have a very clear, support level here. We have a very clear resistance level here as well. So this is definitely something to pay attention to. Also, if you extend it like this, you can see that the formation is looking more like that. So both of them are valid and both of them are important in my opinion. If you're a short-term trader, if you're not a, swing trader or anything like that, of course, just buy and hold. But if you're a trader and you're looking for a trading opportunity, then watch these two formations on Bitcoin, because there's something telling us right now that we might see some volatility coming here. So I'm going to get back to this later on. And another thing to keep close attention to is for everyone who's using the Lux algo, because on the Lux algo, as you know, this does not give us many signals, but when it does give us signals, they are usually extremely good. So for instance, the last time this gave us a buy signal was down here at $43,000. And by the way, the Lux algo, I'm using this on autopilot. So on the autopilot settings, it gave us a buy signal here, and it told us to hold. It told us to hold right until here when it was at $63,000, right before the big dump. So on this particular candle, since then, since it gave us the sell signal, we have continued to go down here. So the Lux algo is really doing a really good job at telling us when to be cautious and when things are looking bullish. And before we talk about Ethereum, guys, Femex just announced a $3,500 bonus. If you want to sign up for Femex and claim this bonus, you can use this link right here. Also, you got Bybit 4,530, you got C-Trade 2,040, and for everyone who want to use the Lux algo, maybe you don't have it yet, you can use my link here and get a 20% discount. Let's continue and let's talk actually about, before we talk about Ethereum, let's talk about this. So here on this chart, we can see a very interesting thing. So you can see the RSI down here below. This is a 3-day RSI wedge. And you can see that this has managed to, once we, hit these levels, it has managed to, pinpoint the local tops and local bottoms. So you can see here, this was the, not exactly at the local top, but very close to the local top. It was a top before a big drop. Nonetheless. So we did see that drop, and we did see us hit this line right here, which was the local bottom. And then we go up here. This was the local top when we hit it on this wedge, on the resistance of this wedge. We go down, we hit it right here, again, local bottom, and we go up here and hit this one, which was a local top. We went down a little bit, and then we continue to the upside. Now, here's the thing. We are very close to we're actually at it right now, the support level of this wedge on the RSI. So if this still holds, and if we can trend up here on the 3-day RSI, this is going to lead into Bitcoin inevitably going up from this point. So this is lining up exactly with my thesis that from the 25th, I do believe that the Bitcoin price is going to start to accelerate to the upside, barring a major catastrophe in the traditional markets. Of course, that's always the caveat I'm going to have. If the traditional markets melts down, the crypto markets are also going to melt down. But the traditional markets are looking good now, so I don't have that much fear regarding it right now. Of course, if it happens, it happens, but we do have the support level. You can see that, yes, this also acted as support here on the traditional markets. Let's jump back over to the chart here. This was quoted by Matthew Hilland, so shout out to him. But this is something to pay attention to. 3-day RSI Wedge. I am going to keep you updated regarding this, guys. And I don't usually use the 3-day chart like he's using right here because it's just odd, 3 days. I usually use a weekly or a 1 day, but I mean, it has proven to be of significance, so why not keep track of this, right? So let's jump over to Ethereum, and we're going to talk about some altcoins here. So for Ethereum, we're still below the orange line here at 4,370, and we have the next level of support at $4,000. But same thing here, you can see that we are forming a little bit of an ascending, trend line here. So this is something to pay attention to. We're making higher lows, which is a very good sign. But the big trade for Ethereum is on the Ethereum to Bitcoin trade. And you can see that on the daily time frame, we are approaching this level right here, which is the 8% of a Bitcoin level. And usually we don't break through this level, but with Ethereum 2.0 and with everything building up here, I do believe that we are going to break through this eventually. Are we going to do it on the first try? I mean, let's say we go sideways and we hit it right here sometime in January. Maybe we are, but I would not be surprised to see us continue to go down here and then, during the spring, break through this. So this is a little bit of a more long-term trade, just like I've been saying, but nonetheless, I think it is a very profitable and important trade because you can see that the last time we broke through this was actually in 2018. And we had a massive parabolic run up to the next level. I'm going to talk about these resistance levels once it's more, imminent. But for now, watch this level at 8% of a Bitcoin, this orange line. If we break through this, well, I think that there's going to be a lot of bullish momentum moving into Ethereum. For the Binance coin, you can see same thing here. We are having an accelerated trend line here. So we are going to have to break this to the downside, or we are going to have to break the orange line here at $610 to the upside. And with the bullishness in the markets right now, although, Bitcoin is going down, it's going sideways. But just like I said, I do believe that we are going to start to go up here at the blue line for Bitcoin, which is going to be mostly good for the altcoins. I mean, sometimes Bitcoin, when they go or when Bitcoin goes on a big run, it drives the liquidity out of the altcoins. So altcoins goes down a little bit while Bitcoin goes up. But in general, I do believe the altcoins are going to follow Bitcoin and in general go up together with Bitcoin. Although there are going to be periods where altcoins suffer a little bit compared to Bitcoin, but it's going to be mostly temporary, I believe. Watch this. This is also a very tradable pattern on the Binance Smart Chain or BNB. So keep watching that, guys. Another thing to keep watching is Cardano. Cardano is not looking as good because we are down below the $1.80 level. And at this point, it's looking pretty likely that we are going to go down and actually test the $1.50 level, at which point I do believe is going to hold. So I think this is going to be a local bottom for Cardano, and that we are going to most likely at some point continue our upwards momentum, but we need to break this teal line right here. But first things first, we need to break the orange line at $1.80. We need to break $2, but this is going to be a big support at $1.50 should we drop down here for Cardano. Let's continue. Let's talk about XRP. So XRP is resting on the orange line here at about $1. So big psychological round number, of course, $1. And this is actually having a little bit of a descending triangle pattern formation here, because if you connect it like this, you can see it very clearly. Or actually, if you do it something like this, it looks like you have a couple of resistance points here, and that we then broke out of this formation. This was a bit of a triangle with the orange line here, descending triangle with this resistance line here, and then retesting the previous resistance line. And now what we want to see is for us to continue the momentum to the upside. In that case, this would have been a very clear, tradable pattern, because we had this triangle, broke above it, retested it, and went up. So we need to hold this level, guys. And for XRP, there's another thing. This is on the weekly time frame. So at the same time, when you're seeing this, you're also seeing on the weekly time frame a very clear symmetrical triangle. And again, it's on the weekly time frame, so this is going to be an important pattern to watch because this has been forming since 1 year ago. Big triangle here for XRP, very tradable as well. And this is actually looking imminent to break here on the weekly time frame. So depending on what news comes out of the lawsuit, it's looking, I don't know, I'm not, an insider by any means, but from what I've heard, it looks likely that XRP is actually going to, or Ripple they're actually going to settle with the SEC, or they are going to at least be successful in the lawsuit. So if that happens, of course, big breakout from this pattern, and this can still go on for a while. I mean, this can continue like this, but yeah, this one is a little bit sketchy to the downside. This actually looks imminent. I take that back. This looks imminent to actually break out here. So maybe if we have some news from the lawsuit coming out in the next couple of days or weeks. How much left is it actually on this? I would say a couple of more candles. So this could go into maybe beginning of absolute worst case, beginning of next year, because the last candle could potentially be right at the edge of the apex here, which is the 27th of December. So keep watching this level, guys. A lot of tradable patterns here for XRP, for Cardano, for BNB, for Ethereum. So I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.